Egypt, land of gold, power, and pharaohs. But beneath its shining temples were the cries of slaves, the children of Israel. Long ago in ancient Egypt, a cruel king feared the growing numbers of Hebrew slaves. Pharaoh feared their numbers, so he issued a chilling decree. Every Hebrew boy born must die. But one mother believed her baby was destined for more. She hid him until she could hide him no longer. With trembling hands, she placed her son in a basket, sealed with tar, and sent him down the Nile into the hands of fate. And fate delivered him to royalty. But a mother, desperate to save her child, placed him in a basket and set him afloat on the Nile River. By God's plan, Pharaoh's daughter found the baby. She named him Moses, meaning drawn from water, and raised him as a prince in the palace of the very king who wanted him dead. Moses grew up in splendor, silk robes, chariots, scholars at his side, a Hebrew boy raised as an Egyptian god. But in the cracks of the palace, he saw injustice, his people beaten, enslaved. Blood called to blood. One day it boiled over. Moses killed the Egyptian, beating and maltreating the Hebrew man. Moses fled to the wilderness. A prince became a shepherd, forgotten, alone. He was a shepherd in the wilderness for a while. Until one day on Mount Horeb, fire spoke. Moses, take off your sandals. You stand on holy ground. I have seen the cries of my people. You will set them free. Moses trembled. He was no hero. But God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. Back in Egypt, Moses stood before the throne he once might have ruled. Let my people go. Pharaoh laughed. So God answered with power. Egypt was brought to its knees, but Pharaoh's heart remained stone. Then came the first plague. Water turned to blood. The Nile River and all water sources turned to blood, killing fish and making the water undrinkable. Also the second plague. Frogs, swarms of frogs invaded homes, fields, and even Pharaoh's palace, covering the land. And the third plague, gnats or lice. Dust turned into gnats or lice, infesting people and animals. And the fourth plague, flies, swarms of biting flies filled Egyptian homes and lands, sparing the Israelites. Fifth plague, livestock disease, a plague that killed Egyptian livestock. Horses, donkeys, camels, cattle, sheep, cows, and goats. And there comes the sixth plague. Boils, painful boils broke out on Egyptians and their animals. The seventh plague, hail and fire. A deadly hailstorm mixed with fire destroyed crops and killed anyone or anything left outside. And the eighth plague, locusts, massive swarms of locusts consumed all remaining vegetation. And the ninth plague, darkness. Thick darkness covered Egypt for 3 days, so intense that people could not see or move. Then came the night of sorrow. The angel of death passed through Egypt. The firstborn of every Egyptian family died in a single night, from Pharaoh's son to the lowest servant. Only the homes with lamb's blood on the door were spared. God passed over them. Each plague was a direct challenge to the gods of Egypt and a demonstration of divine power, ultimately leading to Pharaoh releasing the Israelites from slavery. Pharaoh broke. Go, he said, leave. The Israelites fled. Freedom tasted sweet, but Pharaoh suddenly changed his mind. Pharaoh's chariots stormed across the desert, chasing after the Moses and the people of Israelites. The sea lay ahead. Trapped, the people cried, "Why did you bring us here to die?" But Moses prayed to God, and God said to him, "Raise your staff and point to the Red Sea." And Moses did exactly what God told him. So Moses raised his staff and pointed to the Red Sea. Suddenly the sea parted. The wind howled. The sea split. Walls of water stood like towers. The people of God crossed on dry ground, while the Egyptians followed, but God was not done. Moses stretched out his hand. The sea returned to its place. The greatest army in the world was gone in a breath. Freedom at last, the Israelites stood in awe. They sang, "The Lord is our strength. He has hurled the horse and rider into the sea." From basket to palace, from exile to deliverer, Moses had become more than a man. He had become a voice for the Almighty. And the story was only beginning. Something big is about to be unfolded in an upcoming story based on modern-day Pharaoh. Do you know lots of pharaohs still exist in this modern-day world? This is the story of Moses, a journey of courage, calling, and impossible faith. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Turn to your neighbor and tell him or her God loves you. So do I